Okay, so today's the day I've been waiting for some time now. I'm finally updating the stock tires on the 2022 Jeep Gladiator Mojave. So as we know, these come with Falcon Wild Peaks AT3s, a little bit under 33-inch tires. Don't know the exact measurement, but just under 33. So I'm gonna go and stay with the Falcon AT4 tires at exactly 35 inches. So let's take some measurements and let's take a look at what they look like now, and then in the next video or the next edit, we'll see what the comparison is. So these are the Falcon Wild Peaks AT3s. These come straight from the factory. They're just under 33 inches. They're, if you want to know the specific numbers, they're 285/70 R17s. Really nice tire, pretty quiet. I like the aggressiveness of them. From the factory, which I like factory wheels and tires, because I'm assuming that it was specifically designed for this car. If not, just good marketing, I don't care. But here's a good look at what they look like from the front. Now these have 42,000 miles on them already, so there's a lot of tread that's been worn on the streets. So this gives you a good sense of what they look like. Pretty much flush, if not under the edge of the fender, right? So let's see what the 35s, which I think will poke out just a little bit. See what the 35s end up looking like. Good point of reference is I'm gonna use this stick so that you can see just how flush they are, right? So that is like dead flush with the tire and the step bar. I don't know if that's capturing that. And something interesting I found out today, that the front angle is a little bit different. I don't know if you can see that now. So it's basically flush with the step bar and the outer edge of the tire. So that should give you a good judge to see if the 35s make a difference. They poke out a little bit more on the stock wheels. Again, this is what it looks like with the stock tires, pretty much flush with the fenders. All right, man, tires have arrived. Here we go. So our new Falcon Wild Peaks 35-inch tires are here. Just mount them on those, put them in the back of the truck and get them mounted. So the 35s are on the Gladiator. I'm on the road now and it feels amazing. So much quieter than the 33s or 32s that came from the factory. Of course, those had 42,000 miles. These don't have anything on them, maybe 2 miles now. But it is so quiet and so smooth. Very good investment. Funny story, we spent about 10 minutes joking around with the guys in the shop that the spare tire was not gonna fit. I told them, yeah, it's supposed to fit. I mean, the factory said it's gonna fit an exact 35. No way, it's not gonna fit, it's not gonna fit, it's not gonna fit, it's not gonna fit. They got under there like a glove. So, yes, 35s fit under your Gladiator Mojave. So, stay tuned. Do a comparison real quick as soon as I get off the road. Excellent tires. All right, there she is, the day after, with the brand new Falcon AT4s at 35 inches. Replaced the Falcon AT3s that came from the factory that were 32, and they were listed at 33 from the factory, but they're really at 32 point something. I don't know the exact measurements. So nice ride on these tires. I'll show you later a little mitigation tool I had to do for some slight rubbing, but it took about 5 minutes and a Dremel tool. Let's check it out. One thing you'll notice right away is that tires now have a slight poke. So if it's not dead flush, it slightly pokes out compared to the other Falcons, the ones that came from the factory. These spoke out a couple of centimeters, maybe a quarter of an inch out. I'll show you from the back so you can see it a little better. So you compare with the previous shot, you see that these are no longer inside of the fenders. They're slightly outside, if not by a hair. Another quick comparison I can look at right now is that yesterday I put this flush against the step bar in the back tire, and I can go all the way back because it was absolutely dead flush with the back tire. Right now I can't, so it kind of bumps up, so there's a little bit of an extra piece of tire sticking out that won't let me go past. Same thing here. Last time we tried, this was flush with the outer piece of rubber from the AT3s. Now it kind of stands a little bit further out. Overall, pretty much the same width, just taller. And I'll show you how much taller in this next shot. So this is the cool shot right here. So this shows you how much taller the 35 AT4s are to the factory AT3s. And this one you're looking at right here is the spare that never hit the ground. It was always under the truck, so it's got full tread. And check it out, man. That's how much bigger that is. Right? I don't know if the camera fully captures just that, but you can definitely tell with the eye just how much bigger that tire is. One interesting thing I found out yesterday is that the AT4s have a much narrower ground impact area than the AT3s. So when the guys were putting the tires on, I was like, oh man, these are skinnier tires. They're not actually. The impact area is narrower, but the overall tire width is wider. So I'm hoping that a narrower impact area means better miles per gallon. So stay tuned on that. As promised, here is the little fix that I had to do to get rid of that really small rub that I was having. And that is right here on this inner fender lining. And if you can capture that right here, this little corner kind of stuck out about an inch this way. And I just had to trim it with a Dremel tool. And as soon as I did that, the problem was gone. I've seen a lot of people say that just to zip tie that over there. I don't like zip ties. So I just kind of trimmed it. And I trimmed it on both sides. But this one was the one that was hitting for whatever reason, only this side. That's it. That's all I had to do. And there's one last look at the new stance of the Mojave on the new Falcon 35's AT4s. Very nice.